What's up, y'all? I'm still out here at the range, as you can see back behind me, on what's been a cloudy day all day. Not a bad thing though, because believe it or not, the temperatures are in the mid-high 70s out here. It's supposed to hit around the mid-80s, so it's going to be a warm one. Only complaint I really got is the humidity's kicked up a little bit, but as long as these clouds keep this sun covered up good enough where it ain't baking me out here with the humidity, I'll take this all day long. I've already gotten a couple of really good tests done out here so far. Hopefully this is going to be a 45 ACP to follow suit. So we got the jelly contraption hanging in, ready for one more round out here with a couple of chronos and 2 blocks of gel. Now again, I've done a couple of tests, but as you can see, they're kept at the back side, so we've got plenty of room for this one right here. Of course, I'm using a heavy clothing barrier that's got the layer of denim, fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt. And this one right here was a request, and I'm glad that he did, because I really didn't realize I've never tested just a regular Hydra Shok. Way back on my old setup, I tested some Hydra Shok Deep in 45 ACP, and I think they did pretty well, but again, I've never tested any of these 230 grain regular Federal Premium Hydra Shok. So here you can see the cartridge, really nice premium high quality looking cartridge here, nice nickel plated case with the cannula to prevent setback. Got that Hydra Shok projectile with the post in the middle, so this should hopefully be some good stuff. Now y'all know sometimes 45 ACP can be a little tricky to get to act right, especially out of shorter barrels, just because of the lower velocity with this 230 grain stuff. And this is a perfect example. They're saying 900 feet per second at the muzzle, and that's from a 5-inch barrel. So I feel like if it hits that 900, I think this Hydra Shok is a good enough projectile to get something done there, but I'm a little bit worried out of the shorter barrel. So what we got here are 2 different barrel lengths. Of course, I've got a full-size 1911 here with the 5-inch barrel. I feel pretty confident we'll see some good performance there. And then for the shorty, I've got my G30 here with the 3.8-inch barrel. This is the one that I've got some doubts on as far as performance. But hopefully this will be another good one. One of the tests I've already done was the 45 ACP Golden Saber. That stuff did a fantastic job, so if this stuff right here comes anything close to it, it's definitely going to be some good stuff. All right, let's see how fast these big boys are moving. I'm going to do a 5-round average from each barrel length. We're going to start with the 5-inch, the full size first. Now remember, the box is saying 900 from a 5-inch, so I expect to see that right here. You will see multiple readings on this radar. The large one's right here at the muzzle, and then you've got 5 across the bottom. The first one there is set for 3 yards, which is roughly where the gel is here at 10 feet, and then the others are set for 10, 15, 25, and 50 yards. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we see that 900. If we don't see that 900 here, I'm gonna start to be a little worried. 938, 919, 922, 936, and 930. So right there where we should be, exceeded it obviously. Let's check out the average. All right, we're looking good out of this 5-inch. We had a 5-round average of 929 feet per second, extreme spread of 19 with an 8.5 standard deviation. So nice and consistent from the 5-inch. That stands to reason, because that's what this stuff is made for, is a 5-inch barrel. So let's get it reset and see what the G30 does. All right, let's see what they do from the G30. A little over an inch shorter barrel. We're definitely, I would say, most definitely going to drop below 900, but how far, we'll find out, I reckon. Let's see what happens. 874, 886, 883, 839, and 888. So we had one drop down pretty low on us, the rest of them about what I figured. Let's see what the average is. All right, so sure enough, sub 900 here. We had a 5-round average of 874 feet per second. Our extreme spread was 49 with a 20.2 standard deviation, but that's because mostly had a low of 839. So take that for what it's worth. It would probably be about as consistent as it was out of that longer one, if not for that one outlier. But I mean, it happened, so you got to count it. So it is what it is. 874 here, and if you remember on the full size, it was 929, so you're talking about 55 feet per second difference. That makes total sense, being about an inch barrel difference. All that being said, I think just because these are Hydra Shoks, I think the 5-inch is going to do what it's supposed to do, no problem. And maybe the G30, but I really have my doubts on that one. Let's get it all set up. Y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's can Hydra Shok do its job from the Glock jelly time. I'm going to put one through each barrel length, starting with this 1911 first. I feel pretty confident that this one right here is going to give us some pretty good stuff down here. All right, that should be a good one right there. Let me go see what I got. All right, so far so good. Really not surprised at all by that right there. This right here is gonna be iffy. I still think this is questionable whether or not we get any expansion, especially based off what I'm seeing down there. Ooh, I went kind of low. I think I'm still good though. Let's go see what we got. All right, I did manage to keep that one out the bottom down there, so we're good to go. And I'll tell you right now, I'm actually pretty doggone surprised by the performance out of that G30 right there for a 230 grain 45 ACP. I mean, y'all know that can be tricky, period. So this stuff is looking really nice. We'll go up here to the top first though. This is the one from the 1911. Definitely a difference here. I mean, you got a lot more disruption here. Very nice energy transfer and disruption. A 230 grain projectile too, just moving its way on through here, all the way through this first block. Dropped a little bit of pedal right there. This one goes into the second block, probably an inch to an inch and a quarter, and it does look like you've got some expansion. Not a whole lot. You don't usually get a whole lot with Hydra Shok, but probably got what it was supposed to get. And then of course down here on the bottom, that's the one from the G30. As you can see, not as big of a disruption, but that's really not a huge deal in this gel. Sometimes it's just the way it is. You shouldn't put a whole lot of stock in that, but nice disruption all the way through this first block. This one again goes into the second block. Now it goes probably maybe ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch further than the other one. And again, looks like you've got some really nice expansion. So as far as the penetration on them, the one from the 1911, again, it went into this second block a little bit. You're sitting right here at 17¼ inches. Absolutely perfect right there. And then the one from the G30 down on the bottom is right at 18 inches. So again, very, very nice penetration from both of those. And here's your close-up look again. That one there is from the 1911. You can see really nice disruption, carries on through here into that second block, and there you see it. Then if we come back here, go down to the bottom, that's the one from the G30. Again, nice disruption, straight line all the way through here. And then there you see that one a little bit further, but just as nice, or maybe even more expansion. From the top here, it's kind of pointless because I'd have to get a weird angle here. You can see they're pretty much right on top of each other. But again, that just shows you that nice disruption from really both of them, all the way through this block into the second block, and boom, there you see them. All right, let's take a look at these projectiles. Definitely a little bit of an illusion there. This is the one from the G30. This is the 1911. Obviously, the 1911 got more expansion, but both of them did absolutely fantastic. I mean, these are 230 grainers, y'all. That's a G30, 230 grainer. Look at that nice expansion. That is beautiful expansion. That's pretty much all you're supposed to get. You can see the post there, and it's opened up basically to the bottom of that post. So very, very nice expansion from both of these. Give you a couple more little angles here. I mean, that's just really, really impressive. This is the third test today that has absolutely impressed me. I think these both have done a fantastic job. But let's get some numbers on them and see what we got. Now, they both started at 230 grain. This one from the G30 is actually 231.1. Let's check that and make sure I had it zeroed. Yeah, 231.1 right there, so probably just manufacturing tolerances. This one from the 1911, that one is actually 230.1, even though it lost a pedal, it's still above its advertised weight, so just manufacturing tolerances really from both of those. And then as far as the sizes, this one from the G30 first, you got 636 and 637, so really nice even expansion right there from a short barrel G30. And then this one from the 1911, you got 648 and 657. So once again, just really, really nice, fantastic performance from both of these barrel lengths. And there you go, y'all, the Federal Premium 230 grain Hydra Shok in 45 ACP. Really pretty surprising, and not because I thought that Hydra Shok and Federal makes bad stuff, just because it's a 230 grain 45 ACP. From all the tests I've done, and I'm sure y'all have seen that I've done, you know that it can be absolutely absolutely tricky for a 230 grain 45 ACP, especially out of a shorter barrels. And these right here got it done, buddy. You really cannot ask for much more than this. Perfect penetration, absolutely beautiful expansion, really just everything you want to see from a defensive round. All right, y'all, I was hoping this one right here would complete the trifecta of good performance, and that's exactly what it did for us. Fantastic stuff right here. Again, it gave you just exactly what you want to see. Really nice penetration, really nice expansion. Consistency was all there except for a couple little outliers for whatever reason. I personally, if I was running a 45 ACP, would have absolutely no problem loading this up. And again, keep in mind, this is 230 grainer, 230 grains with that kind of performance out of that G30. That's really impressive. But let me know what y'all think about it down in the comments. Any of y'all out there that run 45 ACP, do you run this Hydra Shok? Do you run maybe the Hydra Shok Deep? After seeing this performance right here, did you expect it to do this well from the G30? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you've got those notifications turned on so hopefully you get notified when I upload stuff. Reminder as always, if you're doing some shopping, check out those affiliate links I've got in the video description. All kinds of good stuff linked down there, and anything you pick up helps the channel, so I really appreciate that. Big thanks again to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. Really nice testing done out here today, and I've got tons more on the way, so stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.